Here's how the League One table will look after 5 games. Again, this is just a bit of fun. Obviously, there's plenty of time left in the transfer market. Anything can happen. Silly to do full predictions, which I will do at some point. Let's do the first 5 games. Here's how Week 1 in League One will look. I think Luton will get off to a good start against AFC Wimbledon. That's a good game for them. And despite what I've said about Peterborough United already, in terms of inexperience, I actually think they'll go to Cardiff and win, who I think will get off to a slow start this season. I also expect Huddersfield to get some revenge on Leyton Orient, and I think it's a really tough start to the season for Barnsley away at Plymouth. I think Stockport and Bolton are some of the favourites to be in the top 6 at least. I think Stockport will come out on top in that first game. Moving on to Week 2, I think Blackpool are going to have a good start to the season, win their first 2 games. AFC Wimbledon's home form is really key. If they want to stay in the division, I think they'll get a point against Lincoln, who are a good side. Bolton and Plymouth, I think, will be a 0-0 cagey draw. I've actually got Reading to beat Huddersfield. I think Reading are building quite a decent squad there. However, Huddersfield are the favourites for the title for me. Luton Town also to beat Peterborough. I think Bradford are a good side. I think they'll start the season with 2 draws, ease themselves in. Moving on to Week 3, I've got Doncaster to pick up their first win at home to Wycombe. Huddersfield, despite being favourites, actually have a really tricky start to the season. They'll be away at Blackpool in Week 3. I've actually got Bradford to draw again against Luton, which wouldn't really be a terrible result. And then Stockport Leyton Orient is a repeat of the semi-final in the playoffs. I think Stockport will come out on top on that one. Into Week 4, I think Huddersfield, Luton and Plymouth will all win their home games. I've got Wycombe to beat Exeter, I think will struggle this season. And I think Port Vale and Stevenage will both be battling out for the top half. That'll be a 0-0 draw. And then finally, Week 5. There's some really competitive games to start the season here. Plymouth play Blackpool in Week 5. Whilst I think Leyton Orient will be relatively safe, I do think they'll just be a mid-table side this season. And between the 2 relegated sides, Luton and Cardiff, I think Luton definitely looks stronger. So here's how the table would hypothetically look after 5 games. Luton, Stockport and Plymouth all unbeaten. And I think Huddersfield with their start would be happy with that. And Bolton. Probably the anomalies in there. Bradford with 4 draws. I think they'll be a lot higher than that. Leyton Orient will obviously improve. But I do expect Wimbledon, Burton and Peterborough to be in and around the bottom come the end of the season. So League One fans, what do you think? Where are your club placed? Have I got it wrong? Inevitably, I have got it wrong. Just remember, this is a table after 5 games. It's not reflective of the season as a whole, and it's just a bit of fun.